All right, we are back for our lovely ladies, and we're at the comic book shop, I believe, and we're gonna see what this is about. Um, yeah, that's all I can say. I literally just woke up and had oatmeal, so I'm just gonna start early, and we're just gonna do it, you know. Sometimes that's how you get stuff done. That's literally how you do it. I open the door and hold it for Diane, waving her through into a small, colorful shop. The walls are lined with rack after rack of comic books, each cover promising action and adventure, usually with large-chested, Spanish-clad heroine or a damsel in distress tied hand and foot to the nearest pole. Diane gazes into the plunging cleavage of the girl on the wall poster, turns pink, and quickly tries to find somewhere else to stare, eventually sitting on the crystal pyramid on the by the cash register. As for myself, I... Oh, hello? Hello? God, she looks so fun. I love her. Oh, hey. Oh, hi, Jackie. The young woman behind the counter looks up and grins at me, leaning over on her elbows to say hello. Oh, God. You know, this is why I shouldn't space out these episodes, because I'm gonna forget the voice. Also, I need to clear my throat. Oh my god. Alright. Hey, Tanwin? Is that her name? Interesting choice, game devs. Interesting choice. Hey, Tanwin. You're too early this week. The new Silver Cat's not in yet. Diane blinks at me, apparently shocked to discover that I not only know how to find a comic shop, I'm a regular. Well, plenty of other things to look at. There are multiple bits of useful information I'm hoping to get here. Comic stores see a lot of people in and out, especially people with strange hobbies. It's a common point of reference they use to find others with similar tastes. Dan's right that I don't have a lot of connections with young punks anymore, but that doesn't mean I don't know anything about how to find them, and the shop is a good starting point. Also, judging by Mrs. Woolcock's description of the kids who were causing trouble at her store, there's a good chance they shop here. Tanwin works a lot of hours, so you might know them just like she knows me. I don't want to ruin the atmosphere with an interrogation and make myself unwelcome. I need to lead the conversation casually. Okay. Oh, okay, this is one of those. The same thing we had last time. So oh boy, why did I go right for her boobs? Listen. Okay, we have to find the little eye symbol. Where is it gonna be? Where the hell? I really am not fond of this noise it makes, though. Wow. Tilt my head toward the pyramid sitting on the store cap. Okay, why is the eye all the way up there if the pyramid is right there? I don't think I've seen any of those on display here before. Stores selling crystals and charms now? It's certainly possible they do have a few toys and trinkets on the back shelves, if they're starting to move into mystical doodads that might affect the store's audience. What? Oh, no. That's mine. Sort of a good luck charm. What stone is that? Charnelian? It's for creativity and positive energy. I glance at Diane, who seems to nod slightly. Makes sense to her, I guess. Tanwin pokes the orange crystal with a fingertip, making it sway. I've got a lot of time to just stand and think here, you know? I do, but this isn't what I want to talk to her about. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this mechanic is so weird. Wait. Where is this thing? Because it's like... Okay, hold. There we go. Actually, I was hoping you might have some advice or recommendation. You looking for something new? Not me, my friend. And Diane is like, the fuck? She's shy. Never been in a comic shop before. Uh-huh. Well, we're talking about superheroes and all their different powers. Ice, magnetism, flying, invisibility. And she was wondering if there were any good superheroes who are based around fire powers. Pyro. Diane nods, focusing her features into a familiar expression of shy but eager curiosity. Got any suggestions? Well, sure. Let me think. There's the Human Torch, of course, but he hasn't got a solo title right now. There isn't a good time for a newbie to jump in on the floor. Too much continuing. God, why does this word always trip me up? I'm just gonna skip the word. I can't get it to come out of my mouth right now. It's a problem. I know what it is. It just won't work right now. Too many writer changes. What you want is Firestar. She's got a mini-series. Was that the girl from the cartoon? Thought they made her up for TV. They did, but now they wrote her with a new backstory. She's a mutant now, and she... maybe I should just read it? Poor Diane obviously has no idea what we're chattering about, but she's doing her best. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. I navigate the racks and pick up all 4 issues. There probably won't be any clues in them, but being a good customer will keep Tanwin a sweet. Okay. Is there not one up here? It feels like there should be. Oh, there we go. Say, do you have a gambling club sign-up sheet in here somewhere? The clerk stares at me. You're telling me she wants to play Dungeons and Dragons? Told you so. No, not her. My boss has a daughter who's a teenager. Which is true. Although, if Kizzy has any interest in D&D, I haven't heard about it. She might. Technically, I didn't say that she did. I just implied it. Prefer not to lie when I'm investigating. I will have if I have to, but it feels like bad strategy. Give truth, get truth. That makes more sense to me. Check the bulletin board over there. We let clubs pin up cards. Oh, and warn me if anyone wrote anything obscene. Right, thanks. Found the corkboard and copy down some contact details in groups looking for players, and players looking for groups. Calling individual kids would be a last resort, but their names come up in other contexts. It would be useful to know they were here. There's also a handwritten diagrams that appears to be trying to explain how the nuclear weapons program was invented by aliens infiltrating the federal government. Oh gosh! Not the right kind of kook for this investigation. I'd leave that alone. I have other questions to ask. Let's see. God, this is such a weird way to do this. Hey, Tanwin, speaking of teenagers, do you know a couple kids, a Hispanic Punisher fan who's got a friend with a mullet? Judging by the t-shirt Miss Wilcox described, I'm pretty sure he reads that comic. That sounds like Eduardo and Alex. Do you know their last names? Um, Eduardo Cruz and Alex Mitchell? Before she can ask why, I cut her off. Thanks. I'll ask my friend if that's them. I dropped the comics on the counter. Can I get these? Oh, I could. No, it's my treat. It was my idea. Well, that's true. I'll just ring these up for you then. We returned to my car and I tossed the bag into the back seat. So, why exactly are you buying me comic books? Well, you used to read fantasy novels, didn't you? She makes an odd face, her lips pulling away from her teeth. Did I embarrass her? Suppose I shouldn't mention things from the past. She's respectable now. There's a chance that you might find some of your mystic symbols scattered around in the art, and that might point to a kid. Mostly, I just wanted to buy something to keep her friendly while I was getting the other information. We've got a few possible avenues, and what might be names of our shoplifters. I'll run the names next time I'm in the station. Let's see what I get. We should go by a record store, too, and check out some album covers. Metalheads, like you said, they love that dark art look. You're not wrong. You are so not wrong. Listen, we gotta say, though, even if you're, like, not big into metal, the artwork for metal albums are, like, out of this world. They're so pretty. I don't know how they do it. The artwork is so cool. It's just so cool to look at. And I used to be like, I'm not into, I can't listen to some of the harder stuff. Like, I can, but, like, there's certain levels of it. The artwork is always so pretty to look at. It's just so good. I'm also just really discovering, like, what's my medium when it comes to metal music. But I like all different kinds of it. It's just so good. It's so good. I haven't been to a music store in a while. Neither have I, really. Well, they won't bite. But we should. Do you want to get lunch or on the company dime? Does that mean we have to eat donuts? Oh, ha, real cute. She is, though. They go again. If I'm feeding a specialist in the course of our duties, I can expense it as long as I don't go overboard. Fast food, okay. We're not healthy enough for you. She pouts. You know, I love burgers and fries. Yeah, well, a lot of things have changed. I start the car and switch on the radio to cut off any further conversation. No DJs telling bad jokes, but only because they're reading lunchtime news reports instead. See, on opening day, reports have come in of mysterious figures seen dancing around a fire in Dallas Woods last night. Is this evidence of a satanic cult in our midst? Shit. Pardon my language. Somehow the press has got wind of things. Sounds like we better get those burgers to go. Diane rubs her arms, looking worried. Damn, I could really use a smoke right now. Yeah, that's a bad sign. We had a nice fun time at the comic shop. Now we got the press on our ass. Not fun. When we get back to the department, I settle Diane in the break room with our bags of grease and go in search of my boss. Captain, did you hear the news on the fire? Oh, I heard it. What was the source? It wouldn't say, only pressed us to confirm it. And he did? I had to give them the rundown that there was a fire. It's too easy to prove if I stonewall. All you have to do is go out there and look. I didn't give them any details on what else we found, or the incidents. And they wouldn't tell me where the dancer's part came from. So, we don't have any follow-ups in this dancing cultist thing. Nope. No idea. You were out there, right? What did you see? Well, They didn't leave dance cards. There was a lot of mud, but no good prints. It was too much of a mess after the firemen had been there. Actually, didn't Romano make some sort of joke about a bunch of dancers? But he was just trying to be funny. He said something else thought it was funny. So he said someone else thought it was funny. Who else did he tell that joke to? Romano said some hikers saw the fire scene this morning. One of them might have said might have had too much imagination. I'm not going to point fingers at a fellow officer without good reason. I don't even know who called the radio, and I don't know who he talked to. Still, it's a possibility. If the tip was called in this morning rather than last night, it's more likely not a real witness. Just someone who heard about the fire or saw what was left of the shack. If the media don't actually have any details to report, maybe it'll blow over. Shit, you know the evening news is going to be all over this. It'll be midnight baby sacrifices. Before you know it. I sigh. There's nothing I can do to stop that. Any luck you're in? I got some suspect names to check out. Kids who've had trouble with that shop. How about here? Are there any lab results back? Too early for anything sent out from last night's scene. We did get something interesting on the vandalism. Do you remember that red paste? The one that kind of looked like blood or clay? Yeah, turns out there was blood in it, but not human. It's a kind of powdered animal blood for gardening. Of all things, you know, my mother loved gardening. I'm not going to ask her if she feeds her plants blood. Don't think I want to know. Anyway, this particular blood meal doesn't dissolve in water, so it looks like our perp mixed it with mud before painting it on the window. That is so fucking weird. I thought I was about to sneeze. Oh god, it didn't come out. Oh god, okay. Where do people get this blood stuff? Any hardware store with a garden department. It's not restricted. So even if we guessed the right store, they wouldn't have any reason to remember all the customers. No lead there. What about the liquor bottle from the fire? I know it's too soon to get prints back, but do you have a picture of the bottle? Check the evidence file. Right. Gotta look up those kids, too. I nod to the captain and wade off into the paperwork marshes. We're lucky someone did stick a photo of the bottle at the scene before moving it. It's a rum brand with a simple white label topped by a black and red bat. Bats probably mean witchcraft. I should tell Diane. Y'all, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Bats are just cool. It's not that deep. Next task is to pull the files on Eduardo Cruz. There's a matching name with a record for misdemeanor vandalism. Kid was caught spray painting on wall. Sentenced to clean up and community service. That sounds like it fits with our shop window graffiti artist. No priors for burglary or shoplifting, though. Maybe taking jewelry from the Lucky Penny was his first attempt, and he resented being caught. There's an address on file, but it looks like this boy is still in high school, so we'll have to wait until after school lets out to try and find him. Can't find an Alex Mitchell of the correct age in the system. The most active record is a habitual drunk, far too old to be Cruz's friend, no family noted. Guess the second kid keeps his nose clean. Well, that's all I'm gonna find at the station for now. I'd better grab Diane. Find her still sitting at the table with two little styrofoam burger shells in front of her. The remaining fries are perched on top of one. She probably tucked her trash away inside the other. Come on. We gotta get ready to go. Aren't you gonna eat your food? It's getting cold. That news report is going to spread all over town. People get excited and then they get stupid. We're gonna have false confessions from kooks wanting attention, paranoid senior citizens reporting on their neighbors, and probably copycats spurred into action. We've got to get out there and ask questions as fast as possible before everyone hears about it, and their answers become nonsense. And Diane folds her arm. Oh god, this is her mom mode. She's like, eat your fucking food. 5 minutes to eat your lunch is not going to destroy all your evidence. I'm not that hungry. I can't waste more than 5 minutes arguing with you. Plus, there's no point in resisting that kind of maternal stubbornness. Exactly. Protecting and catching Diane up on the latest information between bites. When I'm done, she throws away her trash, sweeping the crumbs off the table into her hand before neatly disposing of those two. She's not doing it to make a point, she's just like that. Let's go find that record store. I love Diane. She's just like, quit being fucking stubborn, lady. It's so funny. Oh, wow. I forgot. Okay, so this game is like in the 80s. That's why it's like this. And it's so fun. I like the details they put into it. I walk into a small store, oddly dark for the middle of the day. The glass door is papered with posters to block the sunlight, and we have to pause for a moment as it closes to let our eyes adjust. I don't recognize the music playing, some kind of blues maybe. The scent of, oh god, I don't even know that word. Patchouli? Creeps, like I've seen the word before, but I don't know how to actually pronounce it. Creeps around our senses, and Diane, oh god, another one. Oh god, another one. This is like the only thing that's rough with visual novels. Super tip. Nope, can't do it. What's your nose? Oh my god. Oh my god, this man. Hello? He's definitely, like, the vision of a metalhead. The crook of the counter has his head hanging down, his long hair waving around his face like curtains in an unseen breeze. I love it. He looks so pretty, though. I love it. As the door closes, he looks up and greets us in a slow sing-song tone. God, I love it. God, what voice should I give him? Welcome to Found Sounds. My name is Homer. God, that's not the name I thought they was gonna give him. How can I help you? He sounds distracted, probably bored. Oh, okay. I wish they would have given me that information before I gave him that voice, but sure. It must be a slow day for the shop. If we show some enthusiasm, I'm sure I could get information out of him. Alright, time to do the thing. Again. Really, this mechanic is annoying as fuck. There we go. Yes, can you tell me who the band is that likes to set things on fire? What? On stage, with fireballs and fire breathing and things. I'm sure I've seen pictures on television of concerts with lots of fire, but I didn't pay much attention. A pyromaniac band might have pyromaniac fans. Kiss. What? I look at Diane and then back at him, who's girl, it's a band called Kiss. I can't believe she's not heard of him. This is so funny. This is her reaction. Hey now, I'm not going to... The band? Diane snickers, pressing her fist to her mouth, but she, I'm guessing Diane knows that who Kiss is, but for some reason, her punk rock looking, I cannot believe her ex-girlfriend looked more punk rock than she did, and she didn't know who Kiss was. That is so fucking weird. Okay, that was stupid of me. I should have known that one. I guess I'm just a little on edge with the case and Diane and everything. I thought he doesn't laugh, though. He just sits there, his head faintly bobbing up and down. So far we're not making much of a connection. Oh my god, girl. I need you to get with the program, please. Who would you say has the coolest album covers? Like, great paintings with devils and angels and pentagrams, and his eyes twitch open only a fraction. Yeah, check the metal section. And that's it. No guidance, no suggestions. This dude is bored out of his mind. Because he doesn't really care if we buy anything here or not. Well, if he's so apathetic, maybe I should throw out more interesting bait and see what happens. If I were interested in summoning demons, do you know anyone who would help me with that? That at least made one eyebrow haul its way up his face. Look, lady, you're gonna have to impress your girlfriend some other way. What? She's not... Why don't you try buying her a great album? Bet that makes more impression. With that, his gaze drifts off to the ceiling, ignoring us. Well, it was a long shot. Let's look at these albums. Right. We start flipping through the albums, mostly in the metal section, but checking the nearby hard rock bins as well. It's not hard to find occult-themed bands, but the symbols tend to be obvious and in your face. Stone crosses, inverted crosses, lightning, fire, lots of fire, bats, skeletons, pentagrams, full moons, ominous fog. The average album effect is like a Halloween party with guitars and long-haired men. Intricate and mysterious, sigils are nowhere to be found. Oh my word. Trying to see what she's found. It's not anything occult. It's a bright white cover featuring a photograph of a teenage girl with soft blonde curls who's entirely topless. Not even a pricing sticker over the nipples. Yeah, they do that. They do that. That girl looks rather young. Is that legal? Listen, let's be real. They did not care back in the day. It's British, so I guess that makes it art. Oh my god, I have to screenshot this for no reason at all because I have to send this to someone. Oh my goodness. That is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. It's British, I guess it makes it art. Goodness. My god. What? It's British again. God. I couldn't even do that in her, like, the voice for her because they took me off guard. What? Diane shakes her head. I found this. I hold up a record of an all-female band with wildly teased hair, dressed in shiny black corset tops, shredded jeans, and fishnet stockings. Hot look, but I never really liked this music. Listen, do not talk shit about metal. Remember when we used to go to concerts? Fumble the album slightly. I thought we weren't talking about the past. Haven't been to one in a long time, unless I was called out for work. Me either. I guess that's how it goes. To run back on her to file the record away. You found anything useful? No, it's all generic Satanism here. Did you want to buy something? Nah. I don't know that guy, and I don't shop here. I don't have any need to keep him friendly. Besides, I don't want to give him a reason to think he was right about us. Then I suppose... Oh! What is it? Satanism. That's what everyone expects, and that's what all these albums are, but all of our crime scenes have been everything but satanic. This is all completely wrong, and that's useful, because it shows where we don't need to look. We need different traditions, not Christian related. We should visit Tiger State. The university? The student union building, where all the clubs advertise. University students are into all that sort of things. We might find pagan circles or cultural and anthropology clubs with a focus on world religions. I bet there's even clubs for trying to contact the dead. It's a good place to start. Right. Take a last look around. The clerk isn't even watching us. His body sways like a snake as he grooves to the music. Let's go. Listen, you gotta groove to the music. Or what's the point? What's the point? They say high school is supposed to be the time of your life. They don't say that about college because not everyone gets to go. Yeah, and also college is kind of like, I feel like it's really not that great. But I also just really I didn't go to a big university either, so there's that. I don't know who was more surprised that I did, my old teachers, my family, or me. It was a new start for me, a chance to get away from the dump I grew up in and the people who influenced me for better or worse, mostly worse, a chance to be somebody. So I struggled from the word go. My high school hadn't done much of a job to prepare us for higher education. They just wanted us up and out. I knew what people saw when they looked at me, a freak, a punk, a loser. Didn't care about that. What mattered was what I could prove to myself. And then I met Diane. Oh my god. That is a gorgeous shot. I love that. Hello. That is beautiful. In high school, I did a lot of things with a lot of people. Sometimes because it was fun. Sometimes because I needed to stay on someone's good side. A favor for a favor. That's how the world goes around. I'd never been in love. I'd never even been close to a girl like her. One who wore penny loafers and never worried about her next meal, where her next meal was coming from, and went to church every Sunday like it meant something. It's not that I thought being gay made me sinful. It's that I thought all of me was sinful. I didn't want to ruin her for a future husband. But she was more than just my fantasy. She was my best friend. I couldn't stay away. And when she finally told me how she felt when she saw how brave and how scared she was at the same time, I couldn't say no. I tried so hard to make things good for her and to be the partner she deserved, but it was hard. Diane's family wasn't rich, but they were still supporting her. I was on my own. Diane wanted me to take the same class as she did, but I knew I couldn't. I was never as academic as she was, and I was exhausted from working nights. My course load started to slip. There were so many things I didn't tell her back then. I wanted to be the perfect girlfriend, her protector. I never had enough time with her, and I wanted all of those moments to be romantic. I didn't want her to worry. So I didn't talk about my family, and I didn't talk about my slipping grades and my job and how it sucked. Or I felt that I wasn't good enough for her and never could be. I started hitting up bars just to blow off steam. One drink led to another, and soon I proved to myself what I should have known all along. She was better off without me. Oh, that is so sad. That is why communication is really important. After some time spent exploring the Tiger State Union building, we returned to the car with a collection of torn off paper strips from the different flyers, advertising groups and events. I couldn't help noticing how young all the students looked. So, I've got Tantric Yoga and another D&D group, a drum circle, the Neo-Pagan Alliance, and the Tarot Reading Club. That group seems a little less likely to have angry firebook castouts, but Syncret symbols are popular in tarot deck design. We're grasping at straws, though. Sure, any of these groups might possibly contain someone who recognizes the sigils that were used in the crimes, but we have no evidence to tie any of them to anything, no clue to indicate one direction over the other. And since none of the groups are meeting today, we can't round them up to ask questions. It's not even a fishing expedition at this point. There's nothing to fish. We're not grasping at straws. We're just gathering some extra backup plans. The more information we can take in, the more of a picture we understand. Once I've had time to research that big pattern from the fire last night and figure out what it means, this could all come together. It's got to be important. That wasn't something simple and sloppy. Whoever did that, it was worth effort to them. I slapped the back of my hand against my palm. Knowing what it means isn't going to tell us who did it or how to stop them. That's what matters. Well, we're getting there. I shake my head. It's not her fault. Things weren't supposed to heat up this quickly. Let's see if we can nab our graffiti artist. He's the only concrete lead we've got. It should be late enough for him to be home from school by now. We can swing by the house. He might be out with friends or have after-school activities. Wouldn't it have been easier to find him at school? If we walked up to a kid in the open and pulled a badge, he might panic and run. I don't want to have to tackle someone who's barely a suspect. So, if we find him, can you smile like sweet to keep him relaxed? Or use your teacher voice to freeze him in place, whichever. Diane laughs. I hope this works. Oh man, me too. I'm surprised as many locations we've hit in this bit of time. That's kind of crazy. We arrive at the address on record and get out the car. Looks like the right place. I gesture for Diane to follow me, then proceed to walk up and knock on the door. Look friendly. I am. You could try smiling. Inside I can hear someone yelling something like, got it. The door opens, revealing a young man. Okay, he looks like a no do-gooder. I think that's the phrasing. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. Hi. He looks back and forth between us. Are you ladies lost? Because if you're selling something, we're not interested. Are you Eduardo Cruz? Yeah. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Instantly he stiffens. Am I in trouble? Not yet. Hey. She huffs at me, then turns a bright smile on the poor boy. My name is Diane Carter, and this is Jackie Morales. We just want to talk to you. What is this? Good cop, bad cop? Oh, I'm not any kind of cop. She's a teacher. He frowns, off balance. Now is the time to press forward and ask him questions he doesn't expect. Oh, great. Here we go. My least favorite part of this. Could I find the first one? That'd be great. Oh, there. So, I heard you've done some graffiti. You are cops. I'm a detective. I'm trying to corroborate some information. Like what? What did you paint? What sort of pattern? He snorts, looks at Diane again, then straightens up. Okay, sure. I'll tell you. I tried to spray a skull, only it came out totally lame. It was just a blob. 'Cause, you know, I never done it before, and I thought it would be easy. But it wasn't. Those cans are really messy, drips and squirts, and too much or too little. So then I figured I'd try basic shapes so I could screw it up. Made a triangle. I made a circle in it. And it was gonna be an eye, but then I got caught. There. That's my criminal arts career. It was a bad idea. I can't paint for shit. So, we cool? So, if you painted on a building again, you wouldn't use spray paint. I wouldn't paint on a building again. I got no talent, man. It's embarrassing. Was there anything useful in what he said? I've got to look deeper. They're thin. I'm thinking I'm looking for the very chunky lines. There it is. An eye inside a triangle, is that an Illuminati symbol? That was about the extent of my occult knowledge. Yeah, the all-seeing eye. Which is, kind of ironic, because I got caught. Why did you choose that symbol? I told you. I was really bad at holding spray. I wanted to make something that looked cool. That was all I could think of that could make which symbol shapes. Picking arbitrary mystic symbols because they look cool, isn't that what Diane said about our unknown perp? So, you believe in the Illuminati? Doesn't everyone? I mean, anyone smart enough to know they exist. They're They are very secretive, after all. Where did you first learn about them? I don't remember. Besides, how do you know you're not working for them? This isn't telling me so much so far, but he's not pulling away either. He's still pretty relaxed. We haven't hit on the heart of the issue. Oh, that one was quick. Have you heard of a shop called the Lucky Penny? That place sucks. All they sell is trash. I've heard you got busted for shoplifting there. I'm not a thief. I'm a good son. I would never steal and bring shame to my mama. What happened was an accident, you understand? No, I don't. I went to this shop because I heard it had some weird old stuff. My girlfriend, she likes those antiques, you know? But I can't afford antiques. I heard they had old yuri cheap, so I looked. I picked through the basket, but it was all garbage. Nothing left for a present. So I started to leave, and this lady screams at me and grabs me. She assaults me. I didn't touch her. Ms. Wilcox admitted she laid hands on him to stop him from fleeing. No one's accused him of violence, but I don't want to interrupt his first reaction. What he says without thinking might be the most revealing. Unfortunately, Diane doesn't have the same instinct. She hurt you? What? No. She's just some old lady. I'm not scared of her. I'm not sure that's true. I'm not saying I didn't do anything. She just grabbed me. You must have been angry. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, no, just didn't know what was going on. Then she pulls this necklace out of my pocket, this green and black medallion thing, weird looking. And she says I stole it. But that wasn't true. Of course it wasn't true. I'm not a thief. You never seen this necklace before? No, I saw it in the jewelry boxes. I remember looking at it because it was weird. But I didn't like it. It's not what I was looking for. I didn't want to buy it. I swear to God, I didn't know how it got in my pocket. Are you suggesting the store owner planted it on you? No, man. It was in my pants pocket. I would feel it if some old lady was putting her hands there. Not if she was a skilled pickpocket, or if she had the item in her hand already before she found it. But none of that would make sense for Miss Wilcox. I don't know what happened. I must have gotten distracted somehow and put it there without thinking about it. I just forgot to pay for it, the classic shoplifter's excuse. I know, it's stupid, I know. But I wasn't stealing. Well, that's his story, at least. So, the store owner found you with her property, threw you out, and told you never to come back. Right. And you've never been back since. No way. If somebody robbed that dump, it wasn't me. Why do you think the store was robbed? I don't know, because you're here asking questions. What do you want from me? We're just gathering information. He's suspicious, but we knew that to begin with. I need to check for possible links to the fires in the woods. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, there we go. Were you ever a Boy Scout? Do I look like a Boy Scout? He does not. He does not. He 100% does not. How would I know? Do I look like one? He rolls his eyes at me. Ever been camping? No. Never slept in a sleeping bag? Never roasted marshmallows over a campfire? I said no. All right. A lot of kids who grow up in the city never have anything to do with nature. Others turn to it as a way to escape. His parents might know what is true for Eduardo. You live alone here with your mother. He scowls at me. And my little sister, you leave her alone. Maybe speak to your mother? She doesn't want to talk to you. Why are you hassling me? I didn't do anything. Diane cuts in to defuse the situation. I believe you. He didn't do anything wrong. Other than vandalism and shoplifting, but I keep my mouth shut. We're really just searching for clues. No one's accusing you of anything. We're talking to lots of people right now. Actually, we're looking for a friend of yours. Can you tell us how to find Alex Mitchell? Alex? We'd really like to talk to him. Sure. He provides an address. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful. Right. Can I go now? We'll be in touch. Right. With the last suspicious glance at me, he closes the door. We slide back into the car. So, now we need to find this street. Yeah, I'll get there in a minute. Should I drop you off at your house first? What? I don't want to make you late. You probably need to get home and take care of your kid. What kid? Your son. I don't have a son. But the captain said Timmy. Oh god, this is the funniest way to end. God, we're gonna be ending this. I think she has a son. Oh my god. She has a dog. but the captain said Timmy. She stares at me for a moment, then bursts out laughing, her mouth wide open and covered. Timmy is the name of my dog. Oh. He is my precious baby, but... She wipes at her eyes, still laughing. I can't believe you thought I had a kid. What's so funny about that? You love children. I always thought you'd be a great mom. Well... She calmed down, looking out the side window. I do like kids. But you know what people are like. This is the Bible Belt. A single mother, they think that's immoral. I'd never be allowed to teach again if I had a child without being married. I thought you'd be. What? Married. She freezes in place slowly, very slowly. Her head swivels to face me, like a satellite dish lining up for a death ray. Oh my god! She's being so aggressive. What is wrong with you? Are you a pod person? Are you a Soviet agent trying to infiltrate my life? Because there's no way you can remember that I am gay. Lord Almighty. What do you mean you thought I would be married? Is that what you think of me? That we were just a phase? A lot of women like both. You might have found a man you liked, or at least liked for long enough. To what? To use him? To get what I liked for myself and then tell him to take a hike? Is that the kind of woman you think I am? No, of course not. I rub my hands over my forehead, pushing my hair back against my scalp. I thought she was married. I thought she was living a nice little domestic life with her son and her dog and her part-time job. I thought she was making waffles every morning for her family. What does it mean that she isn't? I'm sorry, okay? I heard the name Timmy and I jumped to conclusions. I got it wrong. Oh my god. She looks down at her lap, flattening her hands over her thighs. Well, you didn't know. Tug on my collar. What am I supposed to say to her now? I thought I knew who she was. I thought I knew how this was supposed to go. I thought I was being considerate, supporting a housewife and a mother. Oh my god. If she's not those things, who is she? Your very hot ex-girlfriend. I didn't want to ask her earlier. I didn't want to hear about the man in her life, but now, she's not seeing anybody. So you're not with anyone? Her hands clenched, scrunching up the fabric of her skirt. No. Diane is so upset with you right now. Right. Okay. Glad we're clear. I can't do this. I can't deal with this. I start the car. The Mitchell kid. Let's go. She doesn't say anything. Good. Oh my god. This is literally how we're gonna end the episode. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I cannot believe. Oh my god. That is the funniest shit ever. Wow. Well, I guess we're gonna see what's happening with the Mitchell kid in the next. I know who even he is in the next episode. Wow, that was something. That was such a very interesting way to address the fact that she's single with no child. She just has a fur baby, like me. Single with just a fur baby. That's the vibe. But anyway, we'll see how it further develops in the next video. Wow. Hilarious.